Hey, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name's Adasa. I make lifetime and nursing related videos because I'm a nursing major. If you like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and if you don't, that's totally fine. I'm just a normal girl doing normal things, and sometimes that can be kind of boring. Well, today I'm going to be recording 3 videos. Actually, I'm going to do it over 3 weeks because I'm going to do what I wish I knew for nursing school, but VSU specific. A lot of people know that my channel is meant to be VSU specific. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about fundamentals. That's the biggest credit class that we have. If you watched my finals week video, then you know that I passed that class with a B. So that was a really good class for me. I really enjoyed that class, and I want to go ahead and do what I wish I knew for nursing school, but for fundamentals. And then next week, you guys will see health assessment, and the week after that, you guys will see fundamentals. And yes, I'll be wearing the same thing in all 3 videos. So let's get started. I wrote down a little list so I can tell you guys everything I wanted to say. So first thing I wanted to say that I wish I knew was about our weighted exam. This is actually for all 3 classes. So we have to have a weighted exam average of a 74 to pass the class. So we could have that our exams are 60%, our finals 15%, our Eaqs are 5%, our HESI test is 5%. But before they calculate your grade like that, they calculate your weighted exam average. So your weighted exam average of all your exams, which is 75%, and your final exam, which will be 25%, has to be 74% before they separate out your grade and give you your actual grade with the percentages that are in the syllabus. So if your weighted exam average is not a 74, then they won't even add all that other stuff. So you have to get a 74 on the exams, with the 6 exams being 6%, 75%, and the final exam being 25%, or they won't add any other grades, and you won't pass the class. Now, there is a lot of research behind this that if you have any questions, you can ask a professor, but they have told us multiple times there's multiple reasons why they do this, and a lot of people don't understand it. I feel like in the back of my head I kind of understand it, because if you can't get a solid grade on all your exams but you use the rest of the information to pass the class, but the exams have the questions that we'll get for the NCLEX, I'm not sure if I disagree very much about how it's not fair. I do think it is fair, so that's one thing I didn't know that I wish I did know. The other thing is open lab. So open lab is, we have to have 8 open lab hours for fundamentals. So the open lab was on Fridays for us, and they were all 3 hours. So you would go and you would usually like practice for a check off or something like that and get your hours out of the way. But if you don't go, Miss Blankenship, she actually sent us an email when there was only 3 weeks left of open lab. So at this point, if you have no open lab hours, the last day was at the beginning of November. So if you think you'll have until finals week to complete your lab hours, you will not. You will have until sometime in the beginning of November to complete your lab hours. And she told us when there was 3 open labs left, which was gracious of her, because each open lab is 3 hours, so that's a total of 9 hours. So you would have to go to all 3 open labs to get your full 8 hours, but we've had since the beginning of the semester. So mid-October, when she's telling us there's only 3 left, if you don't have enough, that's kind of your own fault, because we've had since the beginning of the semester, and now she's being gracious and telling us there's only 3 left. So just make sure you're starting from the beginning, because if you don't get all 8 lab hours, you can't fail the class. Check off. What I wish I knew about check off is that we had to wear business casual if our scrubs weren't in. So we ordered our scrubs at orientation. We did not get our scrubs until mid-November. We ordered them at orientation in August, did not get them until like mid-November. That's when we got our scrubs. And every check off, you have to wear either your own scrub or business casual. And scrubs are pretty expensive, so you know, a lot of people just wore their business casual, and it can be uncomfortable because business casual is like a blouse or stuff like that, and it's not really easy to move around in. And yes, it's like I wore the things that I can move around the most in, but in general, business casual is not comfortable for doing your skills check off stuff. So if you if you're seeing this video, please try to go get some like comfortable blouses, some comfortable slacks, so that when you're doing your check offs, you're comfortable. Because it was like it was awkward to be in my business casual or in my blouse trying to manipulate all the equipment when it doesn't move like it's supposed to move for the profession we want to be in. You need to be able to move. That's the point of scrubs, and that is not how business casual stuff works. Let's see. I wish I knew there was no way to study for it, and that if I didn't study for it, that I would have to do remediation, and that this is 5% of our grade. No, I do wish I knew all of that stuff, but I wish something that they told us that we cannot study for, or there's no way to study for, wasn't part of our grade, but it is. So it's only 5% of your grade, but 5% of your grade is a lot. It can be 2 or 3 points, and that can be a 91 or 89, you know, which is not happy, which is not fun. So I guess it's not what I wish I knew. It's just what I wish didn't exist. Like, I wish something that we definitely cannot study for, that they told us there's no way to study for, wasn't a part of our grade. I wish that wasn't a thing. Eaqs. I wish I knew how hard those were going to be. I'm in nursing school. I'm doing Eaqs for the sections they tell us to do Eaqs for. So like for my J2 class, we still had Eaqs. This one was for integumentary system, and I went ahead and finished it, but it took me like 50, 60, 70 questions because it's information that I didn't really know. So it does go back to my freshman year of nursing school, my freshman semester, you can say, of nursing school, because we would be lectured on what they wanted us to know about the topic. We would be tested on what they wanted us to know about the topic. But the Eaqs was what they wanted us to know from the topic that was in the book. So of course it was 10 times more information that we were being tested on the Eaqs to get the grade we wanted when we didn't even learn that information. So we're answering questions we don't know the answers to. And then the way it works is you can get a novice, intermediate, and proficient. And like novice is like 50, then 75, and then 100, or something like 75, 85, 100, something like that. And I always wanted proficient, of course, because you know those hundreds they built after that weighted GPA. Those hundreds weigh up, like they add and bring your grade up, even though they might only be 10 or 15% of your grade. So I wish I knew how the questions that were being asked for the Eaqs weren't questions that I wouldn't necessarily know. So the final. You guys know a lot about my final from that other video, so if you're really interested in that, you can check the cards, whichever side is on. I think it's this side. But if you're interested more in that, you can check the cards, and I'll put in the video where I talked about my finals. But the main thing I wish I knew about the final is how repetitive it was going to be. And it's not because they used the same questions. It was, I guess, the same concept, which makes sense with it being a cumulative final. But me in my head, I don't know why I thought something new would be there or anything, but I stressed myself out over trying to learn the minute details of stuff that they might not have access before. But that wasn't the point of the final. The point of the final was to make sure you still knew the concepts that they wanted us to know. It wasn't that, you're getting tested over What did we learn in fundamentals the first week? Oh, infection control again. But instead of asking you the overall meaning of infection control, which is what you need to know as a nurse, I thought they might ask us something like, what was on slide 3, second bullet point? Like, I thought they would get into more detail. I thought that was the point of the final, and it's not. The point of the final is for them to make sure you still remember those fundamental concepts that the class is for. So I didn't waste my time, because studying is never wasting your time. Nursing school is cumulative. But I wish I didn't stress myself out over that specific point. So that's what I wish I knew about the final. So those are all the things I wish I knew, or thought I wish what didn't exist about my fundamentals class at Valdosta State University. So that's all for this video. I am going to post another video next week of the same exact thing, but for health assessment. Again, my nursing channel is very VSU specific. I really want it to be that way. So that's what I'll be posting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helps. I also heard that a lot of J1s would like me to post like how to manipulate the software. So Evolve is what we use, and I guess some people might need to know how to use BlazeView, or how to, you know, pay for a HESI exam and stuff like that. I might do stuff like that. I don't really want to, and I don't know if that's something I really want. So if that's like something y'all definitely want, then please let me know. It might be for the J1s that come in the fall, because after I get up these 3 videos, I do want to start vlogging a little more. So that's all I'm going to say in this video, and I'll see you guys a little later. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.